The fork happened, guys. Xelis Hash V2 is now here. We're going to take a look at some hash rates of some CPUs, compare that to a few GPUs that I have seen and got numbers from some people, and see, are they a lot closer together, and can CPUs finally compete again on Xelis? Just coming into mining pool stats here, we can see that the hash rate was around 27, 25 gigahash or so in there, 25 to 27, and now it just dropped down to 3.42. And then we got a network average hash rate of about 5.22. We can see this is finally fixed here. We're not seeing those crazy spikes from the artificial difficulty and things like that. So we're seeing realistic numbers in this case. And a lot of people also thought, there were a lot of FPGAs online. I really don't think that was the case, as we did look previously at the emissions of Xelis compared to other coins like Ravencoin. The amount of hardware and stuff that was online was well within numbers to be GPUs only. So I really don't think FPGAs were there, but because GPUs were seeing such a huge boost above CPUs, it was only a matter of time before an FPGA bitstream released, and then it would be taken over by FPGAs. This new algorithm is now setting everything straight, so hardware is pretty close together. CPUs as well as GPUs. It also sounds like FPGAs may come, but it's not going to be a huge boost above. Everything is set to be around the same efficiency numbers. That way, there's a lot more people that can participate in mining and securing the Xelis blockchain. So let's have a look here. Can CPUs now compete on Xelis? And remember, based on these numbers and everything, it all's going to come down to your power price. Obviously, someone with 5 to 8 cent power is going to be able to mine with a lot, less efficient hardware and be profitable than someone at 15 to 20 cent power. But here are the efficiencies I got. Everything is based at the wall power, and I did try SRB miner as well as TNN miner for all of these CPUs. The first number in the lineups and all these is SRB miner, and the second one is TNN miner. So looking at the 3900X here, we can see SRB was 14.35 kilohash. TNN was 14.16 kilohash. The power at the wall on SRB was 115.8 watts. TNN was 115 watts, and the hash to watt ratio was 123.92 hashes per watt of power used with SRB, or 123.13 with TNN miner. Now that you kind of got the basic parameters down of what everything looks like for each CPU, you can kind of pause it, read it for yourself and stuff, but I do want to go over a few things here. So the 5000 series, it sucks. We can see the 5000 series here is the worst CPU in terms of efficiency. And this is another thing on why I'm still way up in the air on the 9950X. When it came to the 3 versus 5000 series, all AMD did was boost the boost clock a little bit on the 5000 series over the 3000, and they dropped the base clock. Now, moving in forward to the 9000 series that's going to release very soon, they did an even bigger nerf by dropping it 200 megahertz on the base, but they're keeping the same boost. Now, sure, there's a lot of benchmarks saying how much better it is. I'm still up in the air on when it comes to mining, if it's actually going to be better or not, but maybe AMD did some crazy voodoo and it is a lot more efficient or something like that. So we'll see what happens when those finally release. Obviously, we don't have numbers because they're not released yet for the 9000 series, but I did want to point that out. When it comes to the 3 versus 5, it's pretty much the same thing, possible bigger nerf than what we've seen with the 7000 coming into the new 9000 series. Now, when it comes into our best CPUs, it's not, without a doubt, it is our 7000 series, more specifically the 7950X3D when you're looking at pure efficiency. So here you can see, based on the hash rate and power, our highest efficiency was on TNN miner at 220 hashes per watt of power. And then that's even better than all these epics and stuff here. Now, our highest hash rate thing was the dual epic at 108.9 on SRB miner, but that was using 596 watts for 182.718 hash to watt ratio on efficiency. So it was getting the most hash rate, but it's also not the most efficient to run. Now let's look at some GPUs here. I got these numbers from Krootman here. He has multiple videos. Guys, check out his channel and you can see a bunch of his testing he has been doing here. I'll try some other testing on like some A2000 stuff later on, see how they do. But right now it's looking like the king of Xelis is the 170 CMP HX card here. That super expensive mining card when Ethereum was around. They're a lot cheaper now, but you know, it's hard to say how these will still be doing versus 5090s when they release. They could start blowing the 170 away, or at least tie them on memory-based things. But we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But right now, they do 56 kilohash at only 130 watts. That is 430.769 of a hash to watt ratio, which is absolutely insane. Now we got the 3070 here. You know, this is pretty much the most popular GPU that most miners have. 3060 Ti's perform pretty much the same on most of the coins out there. So I just went with those numbers here. That is 21.3 at only 73 watts. These are all supposed to be at the wall. So let me know down in the comment sections exactly what you guys are getting on your GPUs so I can get some more numbers and put them together. But that's 291.78, which again is more efficient than our most efficient CPU rig here. And the 4090, I've been getting mixed numbers all over the place. Could be 40 kilohash, it's 39, 35, and no one is really showing me any wall powers yet. Everyone's showing me their software, what Regal is telling them, and I don't agree with any type of software powers. I always like to look at everything at the wall. So I don't have any numbers for the 4090 yet, but I will try to get my hands on all of this, and then we'll do a better comparison later on. But right now, this is currently what the CPUs are looking like versus some of the GPU numbers. It is definitely looking like GPUs are the better option. Plus, there's so many of them out there, but CPUs aren't that far behind. And again, depending on your power price, you could definitely run your CPU mining farm and compete with all those higher power cost GPUs. So thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.